channel reviews, leave it in the pinned comment. There is a questionnaire form. Fill that out. And I think I might do another one next week. If you want that, give me a hashtag yeah in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you want that. I'm going to bring up the first channel. You never know what's going to happen. I tested it, you know, yeah, before. I'm going to bring up the first channel. Professor Nez, I've been doing this in 1799. I'm going to bring up the first channel. Professor Nez, I've been... No, I want to get to all your channels. I probably won't be able to get to all of them. If you're watching on Facebook Live with you, there should be in the pinned comment or in the comments, there should be a link to the questionnaire form. Okay. No, Annette, I want to get to your channel too. Good to see you guys. Make sure that you leave your channel in that questionnaire form so I can get to it. Okay. Here's our first channel. Chris Jones Media. So excited to have you here. Let me mute the channel trailer just real quick. Hold on a second. Okay. All right. Let's get this first channel cooking. I really apologize about the mic. I don't know. That's never happened before. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do Chris Jones. Okay, let me know if you guys can see this now. Let me know if you guys can see Chris Jones's YouTube channel right now that's coming up, okay? Now, a lot of people make a big deal. Remember how I said about prioritization? A lot of people make a really big deal, okay, out of things that you don't really need to make a big deal out of, such as channel title name. I mean, I know some creators who spend weeks trying to figure out, what should I title my channel? I mean, should it be a business channel? Should it be a personal brand, a business brand? Should it be, it needs to be creative, it needs to be this? And they will spend months and weeks when they could be spending that time doing more important things, like creating actual videos for your channel. They will let that stifle them. They will let that get in their way. Your channel title name is of it's very low on the prioritization list. It's important to understand what are the most important things. Number one, it's audience, okay? I'm not going to give up on this mic. I'm going to try this one more time. Number one, it's audience. Let me see if I can, this can't be happening. I want you to hear me. Check, 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 check one. Check, 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 check two. Check, check, check one. Check two. Check one. Check two. Last chance. It's just doing it again. It's doing it again. Okay, we're done. We're done with that. We are done with that. Okay, we're back. So, that's not very important. That's not very important, okay? A lot of people put way too much energy into their channel art. And when I say channel art, I mean this right here, up here, where it says, I make videos, hashtag thebonos, chrismedia.com. You know, don't get me wrong, it's important. Yeah, there's something wrong with, I really apologize. There's something wrong with my mic. I don't know what it is. So I'm using just the internal computer mic right now, and I really apologize. I'll have to go figure out why it's doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. Your channel name, your channel art, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're meaningless, but they're not. The most important thing is, number one, you need to really understand what your objective is. Is it something that you can do over long term? And number three, who is it that you're trying to reach? It's one thing to do YouTube just for fun. I get that. If you're just doing it for fun, have fun. All the power to you. It's a huge creative outlet. But I know most of you guys watching this and listening to this, you guys are trying to grow. You're trying to create income. You're trying to create impact. You're trying to create a business out of your YouTube channel. It's never been more possible. That's what this show is all about. So, looking at Chris Jones's channel right now, it's really important to me to focus on the videos, the titles, the themes, the topics. I should be able to understand really quickly who you're trying to serve and what this is all about. And I like to always go by the most popular videos. And let me kind of zoom in here a little bit. Now, I will say this. Your theme and topic needs to be on point. Before you start thinking about thumbnails are hugely important. Before you start thinking about titles, before you start jumping into... So wait a minute, is my computer mic now acting weird? Can you guys tell me? What is happening with StreamYard? Check. Wait a minute, is my computer mic now acting weird? No, I don't hear it. I hear that it's okay. It's just not my full-fledged mic. Thumbnails are huge. And titles need to be compelling. I hear a lot of people talk about, I hear a lot of people talk about SEO. I hear a lot of people talk about keyword research. And that's probably the biggest mistake I made when I first started out, is I thought it was all about keywords and SEO and gimmicks. Couldn't be further from the truth. It's not about gaming the algorithm. The algorithm is the audience. YouTube only wants one thing. They want to serve the right video to the right person, right viewer, so that they can feel good about being on the platform. That's literally all they want. So if your content serves the viewer, okay, guess what? You're going to grow. And it takes time. This is a long game. It takes time. Life with You. Come over on YouTube and then you'll see it on the pinned comment. Just Google Professor Nez and you'll see my YouTube channel. Or just go to youtube.com. I know it's in there because I left it in there. But if you're not seeing it, I apologize. Just come over to YouTube, okay? And you can submit the form. So, I see The Fastest Way to Success with Steve Blanchard. How to Have an Amazing Golf Experience. Historic Rogers Island. Now, these are years ago. I want to see if there's anything recent. Cut costs without impacting your business. Okay. Now, I'm starting to notice here right away that there seems to be a disconnect in the theme. And that probably goes back to the channel header. Now, I said that these aren't the most important things, but I do want to say this. That channel header, if I do like your videos and I do want to subscribe to your channel, if I come to your channel and I see I make videos, right away, and again, please take this in the right light, okay? This may sound like tough love, but nobody cares if you make videos. What does that have to do with your audience? How is that going to benefit me, who's coming to your channel, wanting to get something out of it, wanting to get some value, wanting to subscribe, but I need a good reason to want to subscribe to your channel, right? Now, I said this is the low level. It's not the most important thing, but it's really important that you understand this concept, because That was one of the biggest mistakes I made when I first started out. When I first started out, I really didn't think about the viewer as much as I should. I knew I needed to make videos for my audience. I understood the power of audience purpose, communication, messaging, branding, but I maybe even subconsciously, I didn't realize I kept making it about myself. And so right away, when I look at the channel header and it says, I make videos, that has very little to do with the viewer and has a lot to do with you. And so that is not telling me anything. Why do you make videos? And think about the viewer. What about you making videos is going to be a benefit to them? Like you could actually substitute this for anything. Like I sell real estate, or I cook food, or I invest, you know. Well, that's fine that you're a real estate. That's fine that you cook. That's fine that you're a finance whiz or whatever. But again, what does that have to do with me, aka the viewer, right? And so, you know, I don't mind Chris Jones Media, but that channel header should be more orchestrated towards giving the viewer a very strong, compelling reason to want to subscribe, or at least giving some insight as to what this, I don't know what this channel is about. I make videos. A lot of people probably won't know what Chris Jones Media is. A lot of people probably won't know what hashtag the Bo Knows is. A lot of people won't know that. I see a lot of links over here too. Your About section now needs to be really important too as well. Let me see what Chris has for his About section, because now on mobile, your About section is literally the first thing that people see right underneath your photo. YouTube has really changed the mobile layout. Go look at some of these channels on your mobile phone, and a lot of us know that the majority, let me know in the chat right now, where do the majority of your viewers come from? Because I could almost guarantee that most of your viewers come from mobile, but I'd love to know. Let me know. Where do most of your viewers, do you even know where that is? Hey, good to see you, Seti. Seti is in the house. Land Shark Picker says, I think you're starting to build your channel. You have to see what your viewers respond to. Cater to that and you will grow. The viewers have come to your channel for a specific type of content. Very nice. Jonathan, good to see you. Mobile, fantastic. So his About section says, the Bo Knows, voiceover, social media videos. I wouldn't start with that. I help business owners and video editors achieve happy clients. Daily walk for coffee. So the messaging needs to be revised big time. Make it simple. I help business owners and video editors get more clients with the power of video. You know, or whoever your target audience is. Like, for example, let's go to my channel real fast, just as an example. And by the way, I'm always tweaking this. Like, I am always tweaking this. But I want you to look at my channel header, okay? I want you to look at my channel header first, okay? And then I want you to look at my About section. There needs to be consistency there in the messaging, okay? So check this out. Just as an example. I'm not saying this is perfect. You know, I'm not saying, you know, we're always tweaking. We're always trying to get better. Tish says, it's good to see you, Artist Haven. 70 to 80% of my viewers are on mobile. About 5% are on TV. Oh, this is good. How many of you like watching YouTube like me on TV? You know, I cut the cord way back in 2016. You know, my wife and I, we literally just had, you know, Netflix. I mean, we don't watch cable. I don't know anybody who really spends a lot of time watching cable. There's a reason why there's 1 billion streaming companies now, Paramount, Disney Plus, you know, Peacock, etc., etc., etc. Fusion Marketing, good to see you. Jim Fuse in the house. Good to see you. Brian says, yeah, I watch YouTube on TV more than my phone. And you know what? That's why I stopped for a second. That's why I stopped. That is the fastest rising demographic right now. And I think it's going to get even bigger and bigger and bigger in the next 3 to 5 years. I love watching YouTube on TV. I absolutely love it. And so I'm telling you right now, YouTube on TV is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And here's the cool thing, guys. It's extremely passive viewing. Now, what do I mean by passive viewing? People will watch longer. They're kind of having it on the background most of the time. They will watch TV a lot longer than they will on mobile. The retention is a lot higher. It's going to get higher and higher and higher. Now, look at my channel header. So it's a personal brand, okay, Professor Nez, that's me. But I want you to look at the statement underneath my name, helping you monetize your experience, skills, and creativity in the creator economy. New videos every week, right? If you go to my About section, it's very consistent. What's the first line? It's very important, especially on mobile. Let me zoom in here. What's the first line? The very first line is, I help you monetize your experience, skills, and creativity in the creator economy. It's about you, not me. Whereas if we go back, okay, if we go back to Chris's, he says, I make videos. I make videos. Okay, fine, but what does that have to do with me, the viewer? And again, we're all learning here. We're all trying to get better. But you have to understand end user psychology. This is the first thing that people see, okay? And if you want to grow on YouTube, it's really important that you understand that. Now, let's go back to the home page. So if you're helping business owners, I'm going to look at the thumbnails and titles. And really, this speaks to the theme and topics, Chris, if you're watching. And again, everybody who's watching right now, replay podcast listeners, you're going to get a ton out of this because you can find ways that this relates to you. But I'm seeing 3D printing, prosthetics, and orthotics. I don't know what that has to do with helping business owners with video. What does 3D prosthetics have to do with business and helping business owners? Another thing is thumbnails, my gosh. So number one of the biggest mistakes I made, Chris, you're doing everything that I did when I first started. I want to be very, very clear. You're doing everything that I did when I first started, which was I literally just threw up anything that I thought was interesting, that I thought was interesting. Not that I thought was interesting for my audience. I just threw up whatever I thought was interesting, okay? And that's what I used. I'm not giving up on this. Check, 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 check one, check two. Check one, check two. I want to use this mic. It's bumming me up big time. Check, 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 check one, check, check, check one, check two. I want to use this mic. Bumming me up big time. Gosh, it really doesn't work. So strange. Oh, I'm done. I'm okay. I'll stop. I'm not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. Okay. All right. Fine. Be that way. Okay. So one of the biggest things you need to understand is having a variety channel and having my new channel with my wife is a perfect example of this. It's extremely consistent with a very focused theme for the channel. It's a very consistent niche and very, very narrow. You want to be more narrow. You don't want to be too broad with your YouTube channel. You want to be extremely narrow is what you want to do. And so having different videos, I'm also seeing feed the hungry, which I don't really understand. What is rotary? The 8 benefits of bone broth. So this has got a little bit of everything. And it's going to be very difficult for YouTube to find your audience, but also you're confusing people who are coming to your channel. And if you're attracting people with one type of content, then they come to your channel or they subscribe, and 1 minute they're getting a video on how to use marketing, and the next video they're getting how to use 3D prosthetics, and then another video is bone broth. That creates confusion. And when you confuse, you lose. It's very important. Give me a hashtag yes if that makes sense in the chat. Like if I go into a restaurant, this is just a simple USB mic, so I have no idea what's going on. I've never experienced that before. It's just a simple plug and play USB mic. No mixer, no PA, nothing. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm done. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore because the show must go on. This is an important lesson for all live streamers out there. You're gonna run into, I've been doing this since 1572. I've been live streaming longer than anybody on planet Earth. Earth, actually. But I still get technical difficulties. As perfect as my system is, I still get technical difficulties. So it's going to happen. You got to roll with the punches. So if you go into a restaurant and the title of the restaurant or the name on the restaurant says Louis Italian Cuisine, and I go in there and there's Kentucky Fried Chicken on the menu, and there's sushi on the menu, and there's, Thai food on the menu, and then there's pizza as well, or Italian food. I'm going to be like, whoa, what in the world is going on here? This is absolutely true of, like, literally, let me look at you guys real fast. I want you to follow the in and out methodology. How many of you guys are aware of the restaurant In-N-Out? If you're on the West Coast like me, In-N-Out's a staple. Google In-N-Out if you don't know what In-N-Out is. In-N-Out methodology, the In-N-Out philosophy, very simple. Burger, fries, shake. They only have like 3 or 4 items on their menu. They don't even have a bunch of restaurants in Moscow or Great Britain or whatever. They only have a certain amount of restaurants in a certain region in the Western United States. And they're more successful than anybody. Target, narrow, specificity. It's everything. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's a great way of putting it. Yes. In and out. Yes. Thank you, Valerie. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Lewis. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you, brother. I may need to take you up on that. I got some family stuff that I got to go take care of. It's Easter, but I really appreciate that. Maybe I can hang out with you for a couple of minutes. That'd be great. Stick around, Lewis. Thank you. Okay, getting back to this. In and out methodology. Keep it simple. The reason why In and Out is so successful is because they keep it simple. There are actual proven statistics. There are actual proven data that if you have way too many choices, if you give consumers too many choices, more often than not, they won't choose anything. Keep it simple and narrow. When I first started out, I threw up everything I thought. I mean, I was talking about mindset, I was talking about anxiety, I was talking about communications, I was talking about mental health, I was talking about my daily routine, I was doing a vlog, I was doing a live stream, I was doing everything under the sun. Now I'm super hyper focused. It's just about helping creators, it's just about helping professionals monetize their expertise, monetize in the creator economy. That's it. I want to help you do what I do, be a full-time content creator, a full-time consultant, professional, leveraging all these great tools. That's it. Whether you're somebody who's a professional or a business owner or a content creator, the creator economy is for you. So that's what my channel is all about. And I'm seeing exponential growth. So another thing I want to talk about, besides being very focused and besides being very niche, thumbnails and titles. Thumbnails and titles. I'm going to be honest with you, Chris, these thumbnails are not appealing at all. There's a lot of text happening here. It's pretty confusing, and it's not very appealing. It doesn't look attractive for me to click. And a title like, "Are you using video in your marketing?" Well, what if I am? That doesn't make me want to click. Well, yeah, I am. So what? What if you said, if you titled this, "Struggling with your video marketing? Watch this. This will take your video marketing to the next level. This will help you convert with your video marketing. Learn how you can take your video marketing game to the next level," etc., etc. Emotional triggers. Are your sales efforts less than effective? I would also add, okay, I love questions. Questions are good. But this thumbnail is not very attractive. Selling heart is very dark. And let me see if you guys can see this. Let me zoom in here. Let me see here. Yeah, if you guys can see this, like I'm looking at this one right here on the right. Your sales efforts less than effective. I don't really know what that heart is doing there, suspended. The bow live doesn't mean anything to me. I do like sales team ineffective. Try this, but the text and the font is not very, it doesn't stand out. It doesn't grab me, if that makes sense. The most important thing is picking a theme or topic that is appealing to your audience, because it doesn't matter how good your video is, doesn't matter how good your thumbnail is, it doesn't matter how good your title is. If the topic is not interesting, nobody's going to click. You could have all the Photoshop skills on planet Earth. You could have all the greatest SEO on planet Earth, which I'm not a fan of SEO when it comes to YouTube anyway. And I've talked about this many, many times. You could have the greatest title, thumbnail, whatever. If the topic's not interesting, it doesn't matter. Once you find that topic that caters to your audience, you better deliver with a really, really appealing thumbnail. And the title should not be the same as the text in your thumbnail. I used to make this mistake all the time. Complement the title to the thumbnail. Don't just say the same thing. You're wasting valuable real estate. That's extremely valuable real estate. The first thing they're probably going to see is the thumbnail, especially if it's on the homepage. 3/4 of the views on YouTube come from the homepage and from recommendations, suggested, up next, etc. Okay? Only 25% comes from search, whereas 75% comes from recommendations. TikTok, it's 99%. Facebook, it's even more, or very similar. Okay? Instagram, same thing. Recommendations is the algorithm, and recommendations are governed by viewer behavior, especially on YouTube. Great channel I recommend that you all subscribe to is Creator Insiders. Creator Insider? Yeah. Actual employees, people who work on search, people who work on the recommendations product delivery, sharing videos on how recommendations work or how to grow your channel. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Yes, I like this from Lewis. Lewis says, rule of thumb for thumbnails, if you can't read the text on a phone, it's too small. Less words are better. Yes, absolutely. Hi from India. Good to see you. Look at this from Land Shark Picker. It's good to see you. My most successful videos have a very high suggested rate. Both have 50,000 plus views. Good for you, man. Congratulations, dude. That's awesome. Let me know if any of this is making sense. Give me a hashtag yeah in the chat. Okay. It's already, we're almost an hour in here to the live stream. And I know we got a ton more people to get to. And so the next person on the list, the next channel on the list, Chris, I hope that helped, is Jonathan Dunkerley. And let's look at Jonathan's channel right here. Jonathan is an awesome member of the Nez Nation fam, bringing more humanness to this digitalness. Oh, by the way, guys, make sure you become a Nez Nation Insider. It's absolutely free, and it's our #1 newsletter. You become a VIP member of the Nez Nation family, and you won't miss anything. Videos, content, resources, guides, all free, tips, strategies on how you can do what I do, how you can be a full-time creator, how you can make money with your content, how you can monetize your expertise, skills, and creativity in the creator economy. It's free. Go to professornez.com/insider. It's also in the show notes, in the description, and in the pinned comment. Thank you, Annette. I'm so glad to hear that. Good to see you, John from Creative Minds. Yes, I like that, Jonathan. Yes, absolutely. Okay, let's look at Jonathan's. Let's look at Jonathan's, and then I want everybody, I'm going to fix my microphone issue. We're going to do a part 2 of this. I've already decided because I really think this is helpful, and you guys know how absolutely bullish I am on YouTube. You guys know, I've said it time and time again, how YouTube has been the engine to my multiple businesses. Not only my consulting and digital consulting business, but my affiliate business, my brand, my reputation, my keynote presentation business. Yes, I'm a professional speaker. I'm telling you guys right now, YouTube is phenomenal, and it's not too late to start. And you should always have an open mind and look to see how you can fix and get better and improve your channel. Okay, unblocking the blockchain. Very interesting. Unblocking the blockchain with Jonathan. Okay, right off the bat, I like the channel art. I like the name of the channel. I would prefer your profile picture be more centered. I don't know why it's off to the left. If I'm seeing that right, I don't know if I'm seeing that right. Let me zoom out here and get a little better look here. Unblocking the blockchain. Now, this is very, very niche. And it's very specific. So obviously, anybody who doesn't know anything about the blockchain, and I can see right off the bat that you're talking probably a lot about NFTs, right, Jonathan? You're talking a lot about cryptocurrency. I would put something like that in the banner as well. Maybe over here to the left or the right, maybe something like, a kind of list, NFTs, crypto, metaverse, Web 3.0. I think that would be kind of cool. Unblocking the blockchain is great, and I love the graphics. I love the colors. It seems very consistent with your channel thumbnails. The blue is kind of ever present. But yeah, I would put something like that maybe in your channel art. And then let's look at your most popular videos. 21,000 views. Congratulations, Jonathan. OpenSea and MetaMask. How to buy an NFT on OpenSea using MetaMask. How to link Discord to MetaMask. That Discord icon is a little bit difficult to see. I might maybe change that a little bit. Vary up your picture. I would actually rather see you be bigger, the face be bigger in the thumbnail. But I love this. It's very niche. It's very specific. I love the gas fees, how to avoid high gas prices. That's great. And these are very short videos. So if you notice your shorter videos, you got some, looks like you've got some live streams here, 38 minutes, 23 minutes, 30 minutes. Your shorter videos are doing a lot better. So what does that tell you, Jonathan, in the chat? What does that tell you? You might need to make more. I'm not saying you don't do live streams. I'm not saying that you don't do live streams, but man, I would pound on those 3-minute, 4-minute videos. Real quick tips. I'm assuming most of your traffic is search. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong about that, Jonathan. Most of your traffic is probably from search. But I love the consistency. You don't see any videos on cooking. You don't see any videos on how to do YouTube unless it's related to the blockchain, unless it's related to NFTs, etc. Right? I like that because I know you have another channel, Entrepreneur Toolbox. The channel that you're chatting with right now, right? Okay, so Jonathan says yes, about 70% search. Okay, yeah. Now, we've been talking about thumbnails and we've been talking about titles. And here's a great example here of how Jonathan is complementing his title, especially with how to avoid high gas prices in the text in the thumbnail, which I don't even think is very necessary. One thing I'm noticing, and take this the right way, Jonathan, it's very claustrophobic, your thumbnails. It's very claustrophobic. There's text, there's graphics, there's icons. It's very claustrophobic. It seems very cluttered. I would try to experiment with maybe just very simple, like for example, the lower gas fees. I don't even know if that title in the thumbnail needs to be there. I think just having the gas and the MetaMask is enough because the people who this channel is for are going to understand what you mean with the gas being juxtaposed, that gas icon being juxtaposed next to the MetaMask icon. And they're going to look at the title and it's going to say it right there, how to avoid high gas prices. Does that make sense, Jonathan? I think you're doing a fantastic job. You're doing a great job. I'm just getting a lot of claustrophobia with your thumbnails. And oh, that's good. You're tapping into communities and groups. That's fantastic. Good. That's great. Yeah, I would say, but here's what I was going to say before. I was going to say this. We've been talking a lot about thumbnails and titles. We've been talking a lot about consistency, niching down. Here's another thing that you need to understand. And I'm not going to click on these videos. I'm not going to be watching the videos. Number one, I don't want to ruin your videos average your watch time. I don't want to ruin that, your average view duration, etc. And I don't have time to watch the entire video or even watch the first 30 seconds, and then I don't want to tap out because we're live right now. But here's the thing. I want to know, replay viewers, podcast listeners, everybody, I want you to comment. How many of you spend most of your time with your video, most of the time in the editing room, when you're editing your video? How many of you spend the majority of your time focusing on the first 15 to 20 seconds. Let's just say 30 seconds, a nice round number. Because number one, the first 10 seconds of your video is the most important. The next most important is the first 30 seconds. So how many of you are focusing on that first part? Because I'm going to look at you guys real fast. I have to say this. I learned the hard way. Having a very long bumper, aka an intro, whatever you want to call it, is a death knell for your channel. It's a death knell for your channel. We talk about thumbnails, we talk about titles, we talk about themes, we talk about topics, we talk about making it about the viewer. A lot of you are not spending enough time on that first 10 to 30 seconds of your video. And I'm telling you right now, they're not going to watch past that. If it doesn't grab them, if it doesn't relate to them, if it's not 1,000,000,000% orchestrated and catered to them and what they want and what they need. Mr. Beast is a perfect example of this. In the first 5 seconds, he tells the viewer exactly what's going to happen, and then he delivers on that promise. I'm going to eat the world's largest pizza. I gave this guy $100 to spend in less than 10 minutes. Boom, and then it gets right into it. There's no intro. There's not, hi, I'm Mr. Beast. I'm a content creator. I started when I was 7 years old. I really love content. They're gone. Forget about it. They're gone. Flash in your pan. Good to see you, Flash fan. Give me a hashtag FlashFam in the chat. Good to see you, Flash. I hope you're doing well, man. I'm sorry to hear about your awesome mom. I really apologize, man. My condolences to you, sir. Yes, Land Shark Picker, very well said. You have to hook your viewer in the first 10 seconds. It's everything. It's everything. Nez, I have this 25-minute video. Oh my God. If they'd only just go to the middle of, or if they'd only just wait and watch to the end, that's when it really starts to get good. Too late. It's too late. The first 10 to 30 seconds is everything. So after you've understood your audience, after you've catered your branding, messaging to your audience, after you understood their wants and needs, and you've identified a theme topic that caters to them, and you've created an enticing, narrative-structured thumbnail and title that complement each other, I mean, that's a lot of work, right? That's a lot of time and effort, just that part. You're not even close to done yet, y'all. Now you have to create content and videos that actually keep people watching. YouTube is governed by these 3 metrics. Number 1, did they click on your video? Number 2, how long did they watch your video? Number 3, did they stick around and watch more? If you can do those 3 things, your channel, I don't know why I use that sound effect. Your channel will skyrocket. I guarantee it. It's all about the viewer. The algorithm is the audience. YouTube cares about one thing, viewer satisfaction, period. You should be studying, researching, working. And by the way, it's that way on every platform. YouTube is not, this is not exclusive to YouTube. We've got millions of views on our Facebook page too. Our second channel, not this business channel that you're watching. I'm doing okay on Facebook with this business channel, but the other channel with my wife, we've got millions and millions of views on Facebook. We've got millions of views on TikTok. We've got millions of views, well, not million, we've got 1.5 million maybe on Instagram. Every platform's the same. What do viewers respond to? How long do viewers watch? And here's something I didn't realize when I first started out. Creating compelling reasons. If they make it to the end of your video, if you've done a good job of hooking them, you've done a good job of keeping them, retaining them, you actually achieve one of the hardest feats, getting them to stick around to the end of the video, you're not done yet. Now, it's important that you give them an incentive to watch another video that's relevant or keep going. That sends a very strong signal to YouTube that you are a successful content creator and you're adhering to the number one principle, audience satisfaction. That's everything. Everything. Yeah, Landshark Picker, I love that. There's a channel in my niche that has gone from like 500 to 250,000 in about 8 months. Same content consistency. He's catering to his viewers. Tish says, you're basically creating content for grown-up toddlers. I love it. That's really good. Hey, that would be a great video right there, Tish. You should make it. I already can see the thumbnail, some toddler, with a man's face on it or something like that. That's great. That's a great title. I love it. You should do a video like that with that kind of title, creating content for grown-up toddlers. Here's what I mean. I'll click that video. I will totally click that video. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to do a part 2. I apologize for the audio issues. I apologize. We have a lot of other content creators that we're going to get to. So all of you who left your channel in the forum, I'm going to get to you next week. I promise. We're going to do a part 2. We're going to do a part 2 of this. Okay. I don't know. I might even delete this after we're done broadcasting. I don't know. I mean, there might be some stuff to salvage or maybe unlist it. I don't know. I mean, I might not unlist it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But all of you who are listening and watching right now, and you're like, Nez, I would love to get my channel reviewed, put it in that form. It's in the description. It's in the show notes. Fill out that form. It takes 2 seconds. Okay. There's no catch. Okay. Or anything like that. You don't have to buy anything or you don't have to do anything. Just, get your channel name, give me an email, right? And you'll get your channel reviewed next week. I promise. Okay. And so also make sure you become an insider, y'all. It's absolutely free. It's the #1 newsletter on how to monetize in the creator economy. So make sure you become a Nez Nation insider. I love this show. We go live every single week, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I really love this format. And I love helping and getting real in depth with case studies to help you grow, to help you monetize, because YouTube is one of the best places to build your brand, build your business, reach the right people, and actually monetize through the platform itself, besides all the different other ways that you can monetize. YouTube is the mainstream. It's no longer a, side hustle or a secondary avenue or artery. It is the mainstream. Okay. And if you don't have a presence on YouTube in the year 2022 and beyond, in this creator economy, I don't even know what to tell you. Video is like the #1 form of content. Consumers prefer, I think it's something like 80 to 90% of viewers, audiences prefer video. I'm not saying podcasting isn't great. I'm not saying written content isn't great. Clubhouse is awesome. All these different audio platforms, Twitter Spaces, but video. Video is everything. Extremely important. So I promise I'm going to do a part 2 of this. I'm going to get my audio issues fixed, figure out what in the world's going on there. And then we're going to do a part 2 of this. I'm going to get to all your channels. So here's another opportunity. If you haven't filled out that form, fill it out right now so you can get a free channel review. I charge for these consultations. Okay, this is your chance to get a free channel review. I will go through your channel and give you an in-depth analysis so that you can grow on YouTube and make YouTube a huge part of your content creation strategy, your business, your brand, and more. Okay, guys? Thank you, Sweeney. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, everybody who's here and who was here. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure you fill out the forms. I am your host, Professor Nez. I've been doing this since 1575, and I'm going to keep doing it. I love you guys more than anything. Thank you, thank you, thank you so, so much. Make sure you become an insider. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you become a subscriber. And I'm going to keep bringing it every single week. This is the Creator Economy, a live stream podcast show, helping you monetize your skills, creativity, and experience in the creator economy. If that's something that interests you, what are you waiting for? Hit that like button, subscribe, become an insider right now, and I'll see you next week. Thank you, y'all.